So guys, I praised Mayweather in the last video. I want to talk about Jose Luis Castillo came out and said the fans know, the world knows, the boxing fans know that Floyd Mayweather is not undefeated. He lost to me the first time. Listen, I think most people in boxing that have followed boxing for a very long time, that know about boxing, most people know that Floyd Mayweather lost to Jose Luis Castillo. Unfortunately, Castillo didn't get the decision. At that time, that was being rubbed as one of the biggest robberies. It wasn't one, in my opinion, one of the biggest robberies, but it was definitely a fight that, in my opinion, Castillo won. And because Mayweather was being made out to be a next superstar, next star, I feel like he was given the nod by the judges. Let's not forget, in Mayweather's amateur career at the Olympics, Mayweather also suffered at the hands of the judges, where he won a bronze medal when really he should have won a gold. But this night, Mayweather, the luck favored him, the fortunes favored him, and the judges favored him. Really, when majority of the boxing fans were up in arms, they all thought he lost. And I thought he lost. When I go back watch that fight, I think he lost that fight. I do. And Mayweather's had some close shaves. Did he beat De La Hoya? Did he beat Madonna the first time? You know, these were all close fights. But the Castillo fight was, in my opinion, it should have been black and white. He lost that. I think most people know that he lost it. But I think the reason why Mayweather gets a pass for that fight is because he beat him in the rematch. He beat him in the rematch. And Mayweather put the wrong right. But Castillo probably feels aggrieved because he probably feels that he was the only man to beat Floyd Mayweather and he never got the nod. And it was injustice. It was unfair. Is Castillo right to complain? Yeah, because I think most of the boxing fans thought he won. Just like most of the boxing fans thought Fury beat Wilder. But to rub it in, Castillo didn't even get a draw. He didn't even get a draw. At least Wilder got a draw. You know, Mayweather came away with a win. And that, I think, hurt Luis Castillo because I think Castillo felt he won that fight. And majority of the boxing fans felt he won that fight. So I think people forget about it because people now just talk about 50-0. But Mayweather's had some tough nights, had some tough moments. He has to come through a lot. But I think that Castillo fight was one where, you know, he should have had an L on his record. So I know we love to talk about Floyd Mayweather's 50-0. And we love to talk about it, but really don't know whether we should have got that decision, if I'm honest with you. And I'm being brutally honest. I don't think he deserved that decision. You know, I think he lost that fight, really. But like I said, he was being built up to be the next megastar. So, you know, they ended up giving him that fight. You know, I think most of the boxing fans at that point were in up in arms because they all thought Mayweather had lost the fight. You know, I remember watching that fight, and then after the fight, I think it was Jim Lampley saying that this is a robbery. This is a huge robbery. But it's crazy that because it was a long time ago, we've kind of forgotten about it. Nobody even mentions it or talks about it. We all go on about his 50-0 record. And listen, on paper, it's 50-0. It doesn't matter whether people thought that was a robbery. You know, Bradley beat Manny Pacquiao the first time. On paper, he has beaten Pacquiao. Even though that was seen as one of the biggest robberies in boxing ever. You know, at the end of the day, on paper, Bradley won that fight. Even though most of the boxing fans know that he lost, on paper, Bradley won. And I guess in years to come, that's what people are going to remember, what happened on paper. Because when you look back at it in 70, 80 years' time, history will say Bradley's got a win over Pacquiao. Even though everybody knows that really he lost. But in 70 years' time, fans won't know whether that was a robbery. They're going to just look into history and say, oh, Bradley got the win. Same with Mayweather and Castillo. No one's going to talk about it in 100 years' time. You know, Mayweather really lost to Castillo. Only the, you know, boxing historians will know that actually that was a very close fight, or a fight where Mayweather got lucky. He shouldn't have got the decision. But again, you know, in a 50-fight career, you're going to have fights where you're going to struggle, or you may get a lucky decision. That happens in a lot of fighters' career. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. Did you think Mayweather lost that fight against Jose Luis Castillo? What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.